Good morning, everyone. On behalf of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar School of Law, I, Dr. Chinmay Nimkhedkar, welcome you all to the Nagpur Dialogue National Youth Conclave. Honorable panelists, Honorable Shri Justice R.K. Deshpande, sir, former Judge, Bombay High Court, Honorable Ms. Vaishali Hivse, Madam, Commanding Officer, Border Road Organization, and Honorable Shri Vinayak Mahamuni, sir, CEO, Zilla Parishad, Nagpur. I request the dignitaries to please light the traditional lamp and inaugurate the Nagpur Dialogue. Thank you, everyone. I request the dignitaries to please occupy their seats on the dais. I request Director of our institution, Dr. Ravi Shankar Moore, sir, to please deliver welcome address.
Good morning, everyone. Honorable dignitaries on the dais, Honorable Sri Justice R.K. Deshpande, former Judge, Bombay High Court, Madam Vaishali Hivse, Commanding Officer, Sri Mahamuni, Young and Dynamic IAS Officer and CEO, Jilla Parishad. Friends, it is indeed a privileged occasion for me to welcome the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, my faculty members and the students. This youth conclave is consisting of the panel members who are distinguished in their diverse field. We have with us Honorable Justice R.K. Deshpande, who has delivered the judgments which shape the society by having the social sensitivity. We have with us Madam Vaishali Hivse. She is the first women commanding officer who has worked to create the strategically important road infrastructure in the border areas. We have young and dynamic IAS officer, Mahamuni sir. He has his own different impression in the administration of the area. It's in fact creating a courtroom, an administrative setup and a battlefield on the dais. Hopefully the arguments and the debate and discussion will be calm, cool and delivering. I welcome all the dignitaries on this occasion. Because of presence of Honorable Vice President of India in the city, one of the panelists, Sri Mahamuni sir, he has to rush for that program also, and therefore, without taking much of your time, I will not stand in between you and the guest. With these few words, I welcome you all once again. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
We have esteemed company of the CEO of Nagpur city, Shri Vinayak Mahamuni sir, who has an inspiring story to tell. I wish we had more time to engage with him. I request Honorable Director sir to please welcome and felicitate Shri Mahamuni sir. Sir, we won't take much of your time at all, but our questions only included. We would like you to tell the students your inspiring story from being an engineer to an IAS officer. So please, sir.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, Honorable Deshpande sir, Hivse ma'am, and all the respected professors, lecturers, directors of the Ambedkar Law School here, and my dear friends. I wanted to talk for a long time, and Miss Chinmay ma'am had been coming to me and asking for my time, and I had given my time because it was Saturday, but yesterday only we got a communication that Honorable Vice President sir is coming and he will be landing at 9:35, so I have to rush to the airport. But if that program, is covered by 10, I'll come back again by 10:30, and if the program is still running, then I'll again speak. So I don't think that my journey can be told just in 2 minutes, and it's inspirational for all, but not in the sense that people should learn from the time duration that I have taken to clear the exam, but just for the motivation that with persistent efforts and perseverance, if we decide to do something, then we can do it. I'm a BTech graduate and I was working at IBM. So I have worked at IBM for 3 years, and then I left my job, and then I started my preparation. Why I started my preparation, etc., are all other aspects that why I wanted to leave my job and then prepare for civil services. But then in the first 3 attempts, I could not clear my prelims. So unfortunately, not by a very large margin, but just by 0.6 marks or 1 mark in all the 3 attempts. And in the 4th attempt, I cleared my prelims also, mains also, and then interview also. But I did not get allocated to any service. And in the 5th attempt, I cleared prelims, mains, interview. I got All India rank 95, and then I got into the IAS in my 5th attempt. So yes, the journey is strenuous, and it always tests your dedication and your patience. But just the only thing which was in my mind that I want to give my 100%, and when either in the journey I'll win or lose, but I won't end up with regrets. That I don't want regrets that I have not given my best, or I don't want regrets that I would have tried little harder, or I would have worked little more harder, I would have worked smarter. So whatever the conditions be, I just wanted that even if I don't clear this exam, at the end of 5-6 years, I don't want regrets, because our journey should inspire ourselves, and whole life we should not have regrets. Because in our life, many times we think that I want to do this, I want to do that, but we don't do it. We don't take that step. We don't have courage to take that step. We don't take that risk. The factors may vary for each and every person. The background may vary for each and every person, but what should not vary for each and every person is their passion for whatever they want to do and dedication for whatever they want to do. It is not just about civil service. I am not a person who hypes civil services. I just think it as another career option. So just as a lawyer, just because I myself was an engineer and I was working, and my parents were teacher, so civil service is also one of the career options only, but the only difference is that it gives a very larger canvas to work in the field of administration, and you can work for people and you can work towards bringing some change. Whatever from 1.5 years I am posted in Nagpur, and whatever we are doing, it is a very satisfying job, and it also varies from person to person. So I never hype civil services that people should come and people should join civil services, they should prepare for civil service. It should come from within, and when the person thinks from within that I want to come in this field, then only that person has to prepare for this examination. Because generally what happens is, my father is telling, my mother is telling, one of my friends has cleared, इनके बेटे ने क्लियर कर लिया, उनके बेटी ने क्लियर कर लिया, तो तुम भी करो, वो कर सकते तो मैं भी कर सकती हूँ. So the civil services or any competitive examination should not inspire people from this point of view, but civil services or any competitive exam should inspire from within, that why I want to come into the services, why like we know why we want to become engineers, why we want to become doctors. So any other profession, civil services gives you a very good opportunity. In these services there is not only IAS, but we have 23 other number of services like IAS, IPS, IRS, Indian Foreign Service, and it gives you a very big stage, you know, to show or to prove your leadership skills, to show your administrative skills. And the best thing about, like, why I want civil services or the student preparing for civil services should come into the civil services, because from the day one there is no other job in the country which gives leadership role from the day one. Like, no matter at what place you are posted, no matter where you are posted, what department you are posted, but once you clear the civil services, be it IAS, be it IPS, you will always be at leadership role. So you have to lead. So whatever the leadership qualities you have developed from the childhood or in your you know, young age, you can showcase all those leadership qualities, and the leader needs to lead. So and in this leadership you might succeed, you might fail, but civil services also gives you those opportunities and those chance to take the risk. Like in services, you have to take the risk, either yes or no. Few files you have to clear, but you have to take final decision very promptly and very fast. So your files should not be pending with you, and whatever the decisions they are, the risk lies with you. But this service gives you risk appetite also. It's not risk averse, but it gives you the opportunity to take risk. In our personal life, we can't take risk because we have many other binding factors. But in civil services, be it policy decision or be it administrative decision, you can take risk, and on those based on those risks, whatever your result will be. So the risk is also yours, but the result is your team's. So if you fail, it is your failure, and if you succeed, it is government success. So you must have seen that many times. Officer get praised for good things, very rarely they get praised. Like we also know that if we get a particular certificate in 5 days, 7 days, we don't tell anybody that I got my certificate in 5 days, I got my certificate in 10 days, or I had complained and my complaint was resolved in 5 days, or my complaint was resolved in 2 days. But you can see people telling that my application is pending from 1 month, my application is pending from 2 months. So 80% of the people are getting their services on time. 20% people, their services might be delayed. But what we see in society or what we see in social media is the negativity. Because the people who are getting services or people who are availing the benefits, they don't praise government by themselves that yes, I got this certificate, yes, I got this permission. But the 20% or the 15% people, there might be some issues with their documents, or there might be some legal issues, there might be some government rules due to which that file must have been delayed or the certificate should not have been issued. But those people are more vocal, and the people who are getting services, those are not vocal. That's why we see in media or social media that always government, it is not about who is ruling in the government, but the administration is always with the bureaucracy, and bureaucracy tries its best. But mostly what happens that people who are not getting services because of particular reasons, there might be many reasons, they are more vocal, and in the media we see that the government is not doing anything, or his service is pending from 1 month, his certificate is pending from 2 months. But I think that people should come forward and people should also praise the government, not government as such, the political party, but the government means the administration, that if you are getting particular services, like we all know that in municipal corporation area, water comes every day, nobody praises. But one day, if the water shortage is there, there might be some leakage. There is a hue and cry that no, government is not working properly. But we forget that 99% of the time we are getting our services on time. So now there is a time in the era of social media that people who are getting proper services, they should also come forward and they should also praise the efforts of the government, because it is very, very complicated machinery. When I was not in the service, I also used to think the same, but when now I am at the other side, I know that why things change or why things are delayed and how many complications there. Our system is designed in such a way that if you follow rules, then you have to follow it till the end, and even if you break one rule, then you have to face the consequences from the inquiry till the judiciary and everything. So nobody is trying to, or nobody is willing to take a shortcut. In government there is no shortcut. We say that in government we have to follow rules. So, and there are very idiotic or few silly rules also which are designed in 1950, 1960, 1970, and with our inputs they are changing also, but it is such a vast administrative mechanism that it will take time to change. So meanwhile I would just like to request you that whenever you know apply for anything or whatever the services you are getting, we should be, we just think that we are paying taxes, we are paying taxes, we are paying taxes. But if you think that how much taxes we are paying and what services we are getting, like rural development department is with me, the water tax is 50 rupees. And we expect that in 50 rupees government should provide 365 days 24/7 water to us. And if we try to increase the amount, then there will be again protest that we won't pay more taxes, etc. In the urban area it is different. Urban area taxes are more, rural area taxes are less. So it is very complicated mechanism. But with whatever the mechanisms we have and whatever the rules and whatever the laws we have, we try to give our best. Like you can see in Nagpur at least we don't have any Saturday, Sunday. Last holiday I took was in 9 April 2025 to 15 April. After that I am not on leave for a single day, because there is nothing like a casual leave in Nagpur, because it is CM Sir districts and we don't get leaves. So whatever the leaves we get, the long leaves whatever extended leaves we get for 5, 6, 7 days, that is the only leave. And we are always on our toes, and government always on firefighting mechanism. Like I have 13 departments under me. So health, education, water supply, sanitation, minor irrigation, and all departments have their priorities, all departments have their ministers, all departments have their own guidelines. So everyone wants their work to be done within 2 days. So every call we get, every communication we get, that comply within 48 hours. But in complying these firefighting provisions, whatever our routine work or regular work, that gets delayed, and that's why people fail to get services within time. So it is a complicated mechanism. I would I would be able to speak for much time, but I have to leave and I have to rush. I am already late. So thank you. If possible, I'll come again.
Definitely.
And
So
thank
we'll
you, sir,
wait.
Deshpande sir and Huse ma'am. Thank you for having me here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. We don't see any number of attempts. We see a dedicated officer's complete dedicated his life to the public service. A huge round of applause for Vinayak Mahamuni, sir, please. Thank you, everyone. Students, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our other panelists, other honorable panelists and guests. It's truly an honor for all of us to engage with someone who has not only interpreted law, but has also shaped the course of justice through his distinguished service. Honorable Justice Shri R.K. Deshpande, sir, former Judge, Bombay High Court. His Lordship was enrolled as an advocate in 1983 and actively practiced the profession of law for 25 years before the Bombay High Court, the Supreme Court of India, National and State Consumer Commission, and Central Excise and Customs Tribunal and other tribunals. Sir conducted several important matters in varied branches of law, including agency, distribution, and franchising, real estate, corporate laws, power energy, state and commercial contracts, finance, banking, steel, mining and carrying, oil, petroleum and gas, environment, and corporation and related activities. His Lordship had been the standing counsel for Maharashtra State Electricity Holding Company, Maharashtra State Electricity Generation Company, Forest Development Corporation Limited, Maharashtra Small Scale Industries and Development Corporation, BSNL, and various universities and educational institutions. His Lordship had been the judge of the Bombay High Court with effect from 2009, senior administrative judge at the Nagpur bench of the Bombay High Court from 2018 to 2020, and was heading main division bench dealing with constitutional matters. I humbly request Dr. Praveena Khobragade Madam to please welcome and felicitate Honorable Shri Justice R.K. Deshpande sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. They say that not every hero wears a cape. Just like that, not every hero stands in the spotlight. Some stand in the harshest conditions, ensuring that connectivity, security, and progress never ceases for the security and progress of our nation. We have with us the first female commanding officer in the Border Road Organization, whose exemplary leadership and pioneering achievement stand as a testament to her courage, resilience, and gender equality in service to the nation, Miss Vaishali Hivse. Hailing from a very small town, RV, in Wardha district, Madam did her schooling in Nagar Parishad School, Marathi medium, and later she graduated as a civil engineer and did her M.Tech in geotechnical engineering. After that, she cleared both her UPSC and MPSC examinations with flying colors and joined the Border Road Organization as an assistant executive engineer. At that time, she was the only woman engineer officer in GREF, and now she is the first woman officer to command in the history of Border Road Organization in India since its raising in 1961. In her entire service, ma'am undertook extremely challenging border road projects in Uttarakhand and Indo-China border, restoring, maintaining old roads and building new ones. Madam had to face heavy monsoon, snowfall, landslides, no road communication, but yet she undertook induction of extremely heavy machineries at high altitude detachments by dismantling and airlifting them with helicopters of Indian Air Force and reassembling them in their high altitude locations. With any medical emergency occurred, she made sure that timely evacuation by coordinating with the Air Force and ensured zero fatalities. The Government of India has recognized her work and she has been awarded some prestigious awards. The list is so long, I'll have to mention some really very prestigious honors and awards. Director General Border Roads Commendation Card, Women Engineer Jewel of India 2021 by the Institute of Civil Engineers and Ministry of Women and Child Development, Government of India, and International Women's Day Award 2022, and just recently, in January 2026, on the Republic Day, Madam was awarded the Government of India Award for recognizing her efforts as officer commanding, and she was felicitated with Government of India Commendation Card. I think my words will not do any justice to describe the magnanimous task undertaken by her. So we have prepared a small video for her introduction. Can we please play that video? Acha, it's in circulation. We can, okay. Fine. I request Dr. Adhara Deshpande Madam to please welcome and felicitate Madam Vaishali Hivse Madam. Students, give a huge round of applause. Thank you, ma'am. We would soon begin with the panel discussion. Good morning once again, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, it would be very apt for us to start the panel discussion with our esteemed panelists, Honorable Shri Justice R.K. Deshpande, sir. Sir, for all of us and for the law students here, everyone has a firm belief that a person who hails from legal background, it's very easy for him to make his roots firm in the profession and get settled easily. But I'm sure there is another side of the coin which many of us are not aware of. So you hailing from yes. Can you please highlight on this one?
Professional. Hello. Is getting?
Yes.
Legacy in the profession. Father's legacy in the profession, genetical legacy, and then legacy of the bar. These are the three kinds of legacies which a person carries. The interest in the profession is more important than carrying the legacy. Without personal interest in the profession or the passion in the profession, legacy won't work. There are many people who have been to the heights of their profession without having any legacy. But everyone carries the legacy of the bar. We learn many things in the bar. We hear the arguments of the senior advocates, even junior advocates, learn many things from the judges, the queries the judges make. We improve ourselves. Everyone commits mistakes, but then to overcome that's the challenge which everyone has to face. Legacy is plays a supportive role. Legacy plays a supportive role, no doubt about that.
Yes. That's such a beautiful thought. Two types of legacies, personal legacy and legacy of the bar. And it's nothing but the deepest gratitude and respect for the profession. Thank you, sir. Ma'am, similar question I would like to ask you. How did you decide to join the I mean, it was definitely not an accident, but then out of everything, how did you decide to join the Border Road organization?
So, Jai Hind, and very good morning to all the dignitaries on and off the dais. And dear friends, thank you so much for having me here. So, I will say that it was not decided that I will join the Border Road organization. And I would like to tell a small story behind this. Like as ma'am has earlier explained about the places where from I have come. So I belongs to a very small place, RV, which is nearly 120 kilometer away from the Nagpur. I started my schooling from a small Nagar Parishad school, where we used to sit on the floor and used to write on the slate only. And I studied in Marathi medium till my 10th standard. And after that, I shifted to English medium for the 12th science. Then I have done my graduation in civil engineering. And like every other girl in the society, I was prepared that I will have to get married, and after that, I will lead a happy married life. But sometimes life has its own plan, and due to some unavoidable circumstances, I had to take a divorce. And then I had to face the life with the responsibility of 6-month child. And that too without income. Then I shifted to Nagpur and started living in a working woman hostel at Bajaj Nagar, and started working as a ad hoc basis lecturer in different engineering and diploma colleges. Simultaneously, I pursued my MTech also. Then I tried hard to get the permanent job in the lectureship, but somehow it doesn't work. Then the situation for me was do or die, karo ya maro. And that was a struggle of a mother for her and her baby's survival. Then I decided to took a challenge, or you can say the toughest challenge, to appear for the UPSC and MPSC exam. And the period for the preparation of the exam was very short. So I just quit my job, and I have given my 100% for the preparation. Then I work hard, and by the grace of Almighty, by the grace of God, I cleared both the exams. And after clearing UPSC, I got selected in Border Road organization. And when I have joined Border Road organization in 2011, I came to know that I am the only woman engineer officer who is in the department. And after that, I came to know about the toughness of the border road, that in which areas we are working and weather conditions we have to face. But still, then I decided that I will continue with this department. I will be the part of this prestigious department. So that how my journey begins in Border Road organization. So that was the story behind this.
That's truly inspiring.
Very difficult task you have achieved.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so
Difficult
much.
to work at such places in border areas, hilly areas.
Right.
It's a proud moment for all of us.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Ma'am, to continue with what you were just saying, these were the stereotypes that you had to break before you went there. But then after being in the organization, which was particularly a male-dominated field there, did you face any practical challenges with the male colleagues or competition or anything like that?
Look, sometimes I think so कि थोड़ी तो difficulty होती है, because you are entering in a field where there are only males, and suddenly मैं enter कर रही हूँ, उस field में जा रही हूँ, तो थोड़ा तो hesitation होगा. It's the human tendency. We cannot deny that. But I never ever consider myself as a woman officer. I consider myself as an officer. I am an officer. Because I have given the same exam which the male candidates have given. मैंने same चीज़ों को face करके same चीज़ों को मैंने जो exam देके मैं आई हूँ. तो standard तो कहीं ऊपर नीचे है नहीं. So there is no discrimination. So I consider myself as an officer only. That whatever duties a male officer has to perform, I have to perform the same. I am not considering myself as something different. मतलब किसी मतलब भेड़ बकरियों के इसमें अगर कोई डायनासोर आ गया ऐसे उस टाइप का मैंने कभी वो चीज़ें नहीं ये मानी है. मैंने खुद को ऑफिसर ही समझा. And because of that only, I think I am successful to develop that belief, or you can say that confidence within the male candidates who are my bosses, my seniors, and who are my colleagues or my subordinates. तो आज के डेट में यह है कि ना उन्हें कभी मेरे साथ काम करने में हिचकिचाहट होती है ना मुझे होती है. आई एम वेरी कंफर्टेबल विद देम, दे आर वेरी कंफर्टेबल विथ मी, बिकॉज दे आर हैविंग दैट कॉन्फिडेंस दैट दिस इज अ ऑफिसर. आप उसको एज अ लेडी और ये मत देखिए, क्योंकि वॉट एवर ड्यूटीज आई हैव टू परफॉर्म एज एन ऑफिसर, आई एम परफॉर्मिंग. And because of that only, even my subordinates used to call me Saab and Sir. और मुझे कभी विश करें जय हिंद साहब, जय हिंद श्रीमान, साहब ये हो गया, साहब वो हो गया, वो कभी मुझे मैडम नहीं बोलते हैं. तो आई थिंक दिस इज द आई कैन से दिस द बिगेस्ट सक्सेस कि मैं उनके अंदर में वो फेथ, वो ट्रस्ट, वो डेवलप कर पाई हूँ बिकॉज ऑफ ऑल दिस थिंग्स. सो वी हैव टू बी वन अमॉन्ग्स देम and I have shown it to them. So it is there, ma'am.
That's such a beautiful thought, ma'am. So much to learn from all of us, actually belonging to every field, any field we are in. This is Deshpande, sir. You had been a lawyer for so long, and then a judge. So you have been in both roles. So which role did you enjoy more? Which role did you find more challenging?
See, I found both these stories to be challenging, and that's the reason why after retirement I started again practicing. My passion for practicing was left in the midst, and I joined the judiciary. But then nothing probably much depends upon the academic education, because I tell you, I had been studying in Marathi medium up to 10th standard. Then I joined the commerce course in GS College of Commerce. And for 3 years, I fought elections. Then I came here in this law college. Here also I did the same job. And throughout my career, I have been in the 3rd division on merits. Lastly, I got admission in LLM course only for contesting the election. So, what I mean to say is that your involvement in the social field is a must for your profession or as a practice or as a judge of the court, because you get the experience, practical experience in the field. Living with the other social atmosphere, you acquire that and then you apply that in your practice and this judgeship. So lot many interesting things are there for argument, making different points as an advocate, and there is a great satisfaction in judicial work. The satisfaction is more. The reason is that you have a power, supreme power, I would say, that everything is possible under Article 226, except to give birth to a child. So, it's a great satisfaction which one can get while administering the justice. And for arguing, it's different, altogether different. But both require focused hard work, passion.
So continuing what you said, only yesterday, last evening, we had a wonderful lecture of Honorable Shri Justice Abhay Ok sir on art of advocacy. So sir was highlighting the unseen bridge between actual law practice and what is learnt in practical training in the law schools. So, in both your roles, did you see any such a bridge and how students face difficulty when they become lawyers later? And then, so can you please
No,
share your thoughts?
difficulty faced by the students.
Yeah, students as in aspiring law students who later become lawyers. So,
Law school.
yeah, what they learn in law schools and what they actually face in front of the judge in the courtroom.
No, the students nowadays have become very smart. I would be candid in saying this, and really their grasping power is good. And the only thing is that you should not undermine or underestimate the others. That's the principle which the student should keep in mind while entering the profession and practicing. So you should not undermine the authority of the others. You should not undermine your opponent. Nowadays the students are really getting the research work. They have a ready material with them, even before entering the profession. Not many things. Really good.
Sir, and how important it is for the law students to understand that trial courts are equally important.
Trial courts experience.
Are equally
Trial
important on
courts
the same
experience.
footing of high courts and
Yes,
high
it's
courts.
really important because the practice in the trial court relates to the conducting of civil and criminal trials.
Yes.
So examination, cross-examination, to understand the questions which are put by after going through the answers, you should be able to imagine what question must have been put.
Correct. Yes.
So that's the angle which you get. And for other civil matters, Specific Reliefs Act, Contract Act, then revenue laws, these are all the things which you learn in the trial court. So that's the greatest advantage. And high court practice is the upstart. Upstart, then it lacks lot many things, ground realities. Ground realities are lost. When you practice in the trial court, you get to know the ground realities, and accordingly you mold yourself.
Right. Yes. Indeed, students, if you had been present last evening and today also, so it is coming from such honorable judges of the Supreme Court and the High Courts that practicing in trial courts is equally important as better than practicing in High Courts and Supreme Court. Thank you, sir.
I am now enjoying that practice, being arbitrator. So I am conducting the evidence, cross-examination of witnesses. The arbitration goes on in that examination, cross-examination.
Yes.
And then it's a pleasure in criminal trial, more particularly in a criminal trial. In criminal trial, you have to go to the spot for inspection. Find out where the actual incident has happened, what was the surrounding, and then only you will be able to cross-examine the witnesses. These are the practical aspects which you will not find in the High Court practice or Supreme Court.
Yes, indeed. Vaishali ma'am, over all these years you had been in the Border Road organization. Would you like to share any toughest challenge that you had to face? I mean, your entire role is extremely challenging, but then one incident or some interesting story that you would
Sure,
like to share.
ma'am, sure. Being a employee in Border Road organization, daily routine में भी हमको challenges ही होते हैं. But still, I would like to share some incidences during my tenure in Border Road organization. First time when I took over as a officer commanding of a very challenging RCC, and it was in Uttarakhand. And my RCC was looking after the new road construction that is towards the Indo-China border road. And the road we have to construct on the 12,000 feet height पे हमको बनाना था. And it was a new construction. So one of my date was situated over there, and there was a glacier named as Milam Glacier. So my detachment was situated at that place on 12,000 feet height. And as an officer commanding, I have to visit for the progress of the work on a regular basis. So as that is a new construction, there was no road that I will go by vehicle or something. Even if I want to send something over there, like our construction stores or ration, we used to use the mules. Mules खच्चर से जाता था. Even some कुछ explosive materials भी जाता था क्योंकि हम वहाँ पे explode करते थे. तो that is also through mule only. So in that area, to visit my sector, I had to trek for 26 kilometers in 2 days. And during the trekking, there is no communication. कोई आपको कोई जियो एयरटेल सभी फेल्यूर है वहाँ पे. मीन्स you cannot contact anyone or anyone cannot contact you. So once when we are just trekking on the route, so we have faced 2 avalanches. We were just walking through the trek route, and जैसे हम आगे बढ़े, there was a avalanche behind us. And after some time, after crossing some distance, we realized कि already एक avalanche आ चुका है. And it was a huge avalanche and a fresh avalanche. तो we just got stuck between these 2 avalanches. हम ना आगे जा सकते हैं, ना पीछे जा सकते हैं. And there is no source of communication. ना आप किसी को बता सकते हो, ना किसी से आपकी बात हो सकती है. And the avalanche was like that avalanche created a so nice slope. जैसे इतना बढ़िया स्लोप उसने कर दिया था कि if थोड़ी से भी कोई ये होती है और हम अगर स्लिप हो जाते हैं तो हम सीधा वैली में गिरने वाले हैं. एंड अगर आप वैसा होता है तो nobody knows about you कि आपका क्या हुआ है. शायद हमारी मम्मी किसी इसमें मिल जाए जो बर्फ में. Condition was like that only. Then I was the only woman. 2 laborers are there and 1 of my officer. We 4 were there. Then they were asking me, मैडम आप बताइए क्या करना है. मैंने कहा भाई देखो पीछे भी जा नहीं सकते, और पीछे जाने का क्या मतलब है जब इतना हम ट्रेक करके आए हैं, हम किस लिए जाए. Then we decided कि we will go further. Then जो हमारे CPLs वगैरह होते हैं उन्होंने बोला कि मैम थोड़ा सा हम देखते हैं कि ये बर्फ़ का क्या स्टेटस है, बिकॉज फ्रेश बर्फ़ है. अगर उसे स्लाइड हो जाते हैं तो फिर हम था कि क्या होने वाला है आगे. Then we decided that we will go through the avalanche. और ऐसा है, डर सबको लगता है ना. ऐसा मैं नहीं बोलूँगी कि वो माउंटेन ड्यू पियो डर को भगाओ, वो कुछ नहीं होता है भाई. रियल चैलेंजेस जो होते हैं ना, डर सबको लगता है, हमको भी लगा. हमने भी भगवान को याद किया कि मैंने ये ज़रूर बोला था कि बचा लेना, ताकि ये एक्सपीरियंस बता सकूँ कि मैं क्या फेस करके आई हूँ. तो दैट टाइप ऑफ टफ लाइफ means we are facing in a border road organization. And different, अब इससे और different, now I am working in a valley, कश्मीर वैली. उत्तराखंड के challenges अलग थे, वहाँ पे सर्वाइवल के challenges थे. एंड हाँ, जो मेरा एक डेट था वो हम विंटर में भी ओपन रखते थे ताकि हम काम खींच पाए, क्योंकि इंडो चाइना बॉर्डर रोड बहुत ही स्ट्रैटेजिकली इंपॉर्टेंट रोल था. एंड इट वाज अ प्रेशर ऑन अस कि हमको जल्द से जल्द वो रोड क्लियर करने हैं. तो दैट टाइम ऑल्सो देन हेली मेंटेन डेट रहते थे जब ड्यूरिंग रेनी सीजन एंड ड्यूरिंग विंटर सीजन. So I have to go by the heli, then I have to send my ration, fuel, जो भी वहाँ पे, क्योंकि अगर आपको -24-20 में अगर सर्वाइव करना है तो वहाँ पे आपको गर्म करने वाले इंस्ट्रूमेंट भी चाहिए होते हैं, जिसके लिए तेल चाहिए होता है. तो दैट वाज द अगेन वन चैलेंज फॉर मी कि मुझे वो सब आपको वहाँ पे रखना है. और कोई भी ऐसा ना हो कि क्योंकि मेरे भरोसे वहाँ लोग बैठे हुए हैं एंड आई एम द ऑफिसर कमांडिंग, आई एम रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर ईच एंड एवरीथिंग. तो मुझे वो ज़्यादा लोड रहता था कि कोई भूख से तो ना मरे वहाँ पे, ना कोई ठंड से मरे. तो दैट वाज द डिफरेंट चैलेंज. एंड नाउ आई एम वर्किंग इन अ कश्मीर वैली, द RCC विच आई एम कमांडिंग. आई एम सिचुएटेड मीन्स वी आर सराउंडेड बाय द डोडा एंड किश्तवाड़ एरिया, एंड उधमपुर इज़ वेरी नियर टू मी. And I am working, my sector is towards Pulwama, Shopian, Budgam district. So you must have heard about the Shopian also. It's an active militancy is still there. It's a militancy prone area, sir. And we are working there without any protection. We are just roaming in the sector. And after Pahalgam also, some operations was carried out by Rashtriya Rifle, RR and CRPF and all. So I have one detachment at Sofia city, and that operation carried on just behind the forest of my detachment. Just उसके पीछे में था, वहीं पे वो operation carried हुए थे. So we are, those challenges are different, these challenges are different. But still we are working for the nation, we are working for the army, so that even in, when the Operation Sindoor has started, so I was there only. तो हम जो थे वो 24/7 इसके एक्शन में थे, क्योंकि when war started, our role changes. हम 24/7 उसके आर्मी के अंडर में आते हैं, हमारे vehicles, equipments and all the duties we have to do for army only. So we were on that mode only. And the continuous drone attacks were going on. We were able to see the that lights of drone and all in the sky. हमें रात को दिखता था सभी. And again, I am looking after the 2 air force stations for the maintenance and snow clearance. So you can understand कि in such situation, what is the role of air force? If I am not clearing the road, if I am not maintaining the road of particularly air force and all the stations, आपके fighter jets कैसे उड़ेंगे? आपके जो मिसाइल जाने हैं, जो बॉर्डर तक जाने हैं, जहाँ पे आपको उनको डिप्लॉय करना है, आप कैसे कर पाओगे? तो those are challenges. Each and every day we are facing challenges. And like when I say कि border road में है तो हर दिन challenge का ही है. हाँ, आपको पता नहीं होता है कब challenge आएगा, because different rainy season कभी भी rain आ जाएगी, कभी भी road बह जाएंगे, then bridge आपके ये हो जाएंगे, तो all these things we have to manage. So such challenges are there and we are facing it day to day. Thank you.
My God, ma'am, I'm just...
We are living in the happy state because of these kind of persons.
Yes,
Sir.
indeed, sir, indeed, sir. Ma'am, I'm just humbled after listening to your experiences. I mean, all of us sitting here, all our third world problems are, I mean, they're just so third world now. Lectureचा अभ्यास नाही झाला आणि कामवाली बाई नाही आली in front of what you are facing every day. Sir, on similar lines, are there any challenges which are faced by the judiciary which the common public is not aware of? I mean, it's so easy for everyone to say about the judicial delays and other things that are often mentioned. But then, you being on the bench, are there any such challenges which are faced by the judges every day, but which the common people are not aware of at all?
See, the judges are working 24/7. They are on duty 24/7. So several challenges we face. Nowadays the biggest challenge is the criticism by social media without proper investigation. And then the second challenge is the criticism from the persons in the judiciary itself. So these are the challenges which we have to, as a judiciary institution, we have to look into it seriously and find out the solutions in respect of this. So the third challenge is the largest pendency of the litigation. So the pendency of the litigation is everywhere said, and the solution is either to increase the judges or to have alternate disputes resolution to resolve the disputes between the parties, and to appoint the judges on merits. So that the expeditiously decided experienced judges, that's the solution. Not many challenges are faced by judiciary, but then judiciary has
or the news reports that keep on coming, do they somewhere influence the mind of a judge? Influence maybe for lack of better word, but...
No, but it is always in the back of the mind. It is always there in the back of the mind, and the best thing to avoid all this, not to look into the social media, not to go through the newspapers, and actually, so that you don't get influenced by what the people are saying.
Right. Correct.
So tackling of the problems, sensitive problems, it depends upon the situation,
Right,
every
correct.
kind of situation.
Correct.
So there cannot be, it requires a skill, and based on your practical experience in life, that is required to be kept in mind.
Yes. Ma'am, did you have to face any such challenge of administrative pressure?
Administrative.
Or any decision that you had to take? You had no time to seek permission.
Look, as I said earlier, as a officer commanding, you are responsible for the people working under you. So now I am having nearly 300 people under me. They are working for me and for organization. So administrative means I am responsible for each and everything. Already explained you that how I am responsible. Like you just imagine that the people, they are serving in the border road organization, and we are sitting one of the corner of the mountain on 12,000 feet height, जहाँ पे आपको लोग दिखते ही नहीं है, बस वही पाँच छः लोग हैं जो वहाँ पे बैठे हुए हैं. And sometimes there is a network, sometimes there is no network, because as I said that I was in Uttarakhand, there was only one satellite phone to connect with anyone if you want, and that too when weather is good, then that phone will work, otherwise there is a no source. And आप imagine कीजिए, after all we are human beings, emotions, depression, negativity, ये सब तो आएगी. और यहाँ पे जैसे वो चीज़ पे आप हो कि जहाँ पे कोई नहीं है, आप अपने फैमिली से दूर हो, आपके बच्चे आपके पास नहीं है, फैमिली दूर है, एंड वी आर वर्किंग इन सच अ एरिया वेयर द सर्वाइवल इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट. तो यू कैन नॉट कीप योर फैमिली एंड योर चिल्ड्रन विथ यू, बिकॉज बहुत लोगों का एजुकेशन है, ये सभी चीज़ें होती है. तो यू कैन इमेजिन मैम कि वो जो लोग सर्व करते हैं वहाँ पे, उनकी मेंटेलिटी क्या होती होगी कि आपको लोग दिख ही नहीं रहे हैं. And you are coming from, and nowadays means I am happy that even in for JEE also they are MTech qualified students, means person they are coming for junior engineer, and all the means nowadays जो आज का हमारा youth है, they are very means familiar with the net and all ये सब चीज़, और वो आपके पास कुछ नहीं है, आप इस कॉर्नर में बैठे हुए हैं. एंड एज ए ओसी मुझे जो है उनका वो डायलेमा भी देखना है, मुझे उनकी मेंटल कंडीशन भी हैंडल करनी है, मुझे उनको मोटिवेट भी करना है, क्योंकि मुझे अपने टारगेट भी क्लियर करने हैं. तो मुझे उनके घर में क्या हो रहा है मुझे वो भी देखना है. अगर वहाँ पे भी कुछ होता है तो वो भी मेरे पास आते हैं कि मैम इस तरीके से, एंड आई हैव टू लुक आफ्टर दैट, बिकॉज आई एम द ओसी, आई एम ऑफिसर कमांडिंग, आई एम रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर दैट. तो बहुत बार ऐसे होता है कि जैसे दिवाली आ गई है, विंटर में जनरली दिवाली होता है, एंड द सेम टाइम स्नोफॉल सीजन स्टार्टेड. तो एज अ ऑफिसर आई हैव टू मीन्स केयर अबाउट द स्नो क्लियरेंस एंड ऑल, बिकॉज आई हैव टू कीप माई ऑल द स्ट्रेटेजिकली इंपॉर्टेंट रोड क्लियर for any operation at any time. And at the same time I have to handle the person also, because वो देख रहा है कि मुझे जाना है छुट्टी, मुझे जाना है, तो मुझे वो भी देखना है कि मेरे पास उन लोगों की कमी भी नहीं, बट वो छुट्टी भी जाए, मैं वो भी लुक आफ्टर करूँ, मैं ये भी, बिकॉज आई एम रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द मीन्स वॉट एवर क्वेश्चन माई बॉसेस विल आस्क मी, आई एम रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर दैट. एंड वो जो बंदा मेरे नीचे काम कर रहा है, जो बेचारा 3 महीने 6 महीने से अपने फैमिली के साथ नहीं मिला है, उसने अपने बच्चों को नहीं देखा है, वो चाहता है कि मैं दिवाली मनाऊँ, मुझे उसका भी लुक आफ्टर करना है. तो उस टाइम में बड़ा एक ये होता है, एंड आई हैव टू टेक डिसीजन, आप बोलिए कि वेरी वाइजली. तो फिर होता है कि नहीं भाई आप थोड़ा सा उनको समझा कि आप थोड़ा पहले चले जाओ, फिर वो आ जाएंगे, फिर आप जाइएगा. तो आई हैव टू डू दैट प्लानिंग ऑल्सो. तो ये एक तरफ से वही है कि मुझे इस तरीके से डिसीजन लेने पड़ते हैं. बाकी तो एज अ जो टेक्निकल वर्क है वो तो वी हैंडल, उसमें कोई नहीं, हमारा हम उसी इसमें से है. बट ये जब जहाँ पे ह्यूमैनिटी और जो माइंड का खेल जब आता है, तब आपको थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा सोच के और थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा थिंक करके और आपके बेटरमेंट ऑफ योर सबऑर्डिनेट्स यू हैव टू टेक डिसीजन.
conscience ke according, yes. Sir.
Thank you,
Yes.
thank you.
We as judges get an experience from hearing such kind of persons, and that becomes useful in adjudication. What are the practical difficulties which are faced in the administration or in their job? These are never told to the
Yes,
judges. They are not aware. Lawyers are not that experienced to know the practical difficulties.
Yes.
So these are not brought to the notice of the court. But we learn it from such kind of
Interactions, yes.
experience given by the
Yes.
officers.
Yes. So would you like to share any, your opinion, any such case or judgment which was delivered in your tenure? So for
Not
example, I remember the Gowari case, the judgment passed in the Gowari case. So
Which Gowari case?
Yes, yes. Would you
Yes,
like to talk about it?
Lot many judgments were there which were reversed by the Supreme Court and upheld by the Supreme Court. It's a routine matter. It's a routine matter. But so far as Gowari case is concerned, see, I still maintain I would like to maintain my view for this reason, that whatever it was, firstly it was a possible view of the matter, which was taken in that matter. So normally the principle which the Supreme Court follows is that in the in respect of the local laws, see, this is a state list.
Yes.
Though it is in the scheduled tribe order,
Yes.
it pertains to state of Maharashtra. So the judges in the local area are well conversant with the situation and practical problems. So whatever the ground on which the Supreme Court has reversed that judgment is that you cannot tinker with the list under Article 342 or 341, which is issued by the President. So this was the point which was exactly discussed at length and taken into consideration after taking into consideration the decision of the Supreme Court. In Basavali Mungappa's case, which is not even till this date reversed, that has taken a view that it is permissible to lead an evidence to show that there doesn't exist any caste or a tribe of a particular name.
Right.
So if this kind of evidence is permissible to lead to this limited extent, that you can't lead an evidence tinkering with the, but if this is permissible limit, and within that limit, if it is the finding of the High Court, that as a matter of fact, on the basis of the record of the entire state of Maharashtra, it is found that there did not exist any tribe like Gond Gowari as on the date of issuance of scheduled tribe order. It was extinct prior to 1911. It was completely extinct. So, if this was the view taken on the basis of the facts and situation prevailing in a particular state, after taking into consideration the decision of the Supreme Court. So, that is what happens many a times, and that it's said that Supreme Court is not right. Supreme Court is not right, but it is right because there is no challenge to it. Supreme Court also doesn't claim that it is always right, but there is no appeal against it. That is why it attains finality. It attains finality, not because it is right.
Yes.
So it was really a good case, and even that the court has, I don't know whether you know that entry, Gond Gowari is a amalgamation of Gond and Gowari tribe, amalgamation. So there is evidence on record available, in the actual evidence on record collected in the state of Maharashtra, that Gowaris are issued the certificate of Gond Gowari. Gowaris are issued certificate whose record is Gowari. So there has to be a Gond Gowari, and then what they say, that the Goaris must establish their affinity with Gond. Affinity means oral evidence. So oral evidence is not permissible, one thing. And secondly, now recent decision Justice Oak has delivered in that I think Thakur's case, reversing the decision of the full bench of the Bombay High Court, fortunately or unfortunately, that full bench I had argued as a lawyer. And then I argued the challenge to full bench in the Supreme Court after retirement. So in that judgment, the Supreme Court has, after reversing the judgment of the full bench of High Court, it is held that the affinity test is not a litmus test. If this is not to be applied, then it is obvious. If that is applied, then he becomes a Gond. Affinity with Gond established means he becomes a Gond. If he becomes a Gond, he gets scheduled tribe benefit. If he is Goari, then you require him to lead evidence to show the affinity. But if affinity is established, he becomes entitled to it. Even if affinity is not, according to Supreme Court judgment, affinity is not the litmus test. Then if that is ignored, then Goaris are issued certificate on the basis of the record. So they are Gond Goaris. It's not an independent tribe. That is what the state government stand was. It's not an independent tribe.
Entire advocacy.
Not many interesting cases
Yes.
were there.
So would you like to share more, of course? I mean, apart from this case, would you like to share more of your experience? We would love to hear from you.
Many things happen. I had also delivered one judgment of the full bench granting protection to the persons whose caste was invalidated. It was a full bench consisting of Chief Justice Mohit Shah, myself and Srimati Vasanti Naik. Full bench. I had delivered that judgment. And that judgment is reversed by the Supreme Court. Then the main thing which I would like to point out, which happens in normal course, that we had reversed the decision. While sitting in a division full bench, we had reversed the decision of the division benches consisting of one of the judges who was elevated to the Supreme Court.
Yes.
And then that decision was delivered by the division bench in the High Court, of which he was one of the judges. So that view was maintained, and this view was set aside. And then there is a recent decision of the Supreme Court, Justice Vishwanathan's judgment, just 2-3 months back, in which he had quoted extract from my decision, giving specifically my name, quoting that, and we approve this view taken by the High Court. We fully concur with the view taken by the High Court. These are all usually happens. Sometimes you get compliments, sometimes you get something thrashing from the Supreme Court. Goes on.
Can we have a huge round of applause for Justice R.K. Deshpande, sir? And my mistake, I forgot to mention one big thing in his introduction while I was reading. He is the alumni of this very institution. So it's so good to have you and hear from you, sir. Justice Shirpurkar sir was jokingly telling us yesterday that at his time when students did not get admission anywhere, Justice Shirpurkar sir, last evening, he was jokingly telling us that during his time when a student did not get admission anywhere, he pursued law. From his time to this time now, when students are pursuing law as a career by choice, I mean, they are giving CETs, and then even after that, they have to pass the AIBE exam to become a lawyer. So we have seen this entire transition. But yet I believe that only passing of exam does not make a person a lawyer. What things would you like to share with the budding lawyers, suggestions from your side, apart from what skills a person should have to become a lawyer?
See, so far as the period during which we entered the profession in 1983, see, we had no option. At least I had no option to go anywhere else. because by difficulty I got the admission in law college, and then I passed out in 1983. But then I focused myself in the profession. I focused myself in the profession. That is what I am telling, that you should have focus, approach, efforts in the profession. This will be supportive. The education in the national law schools or the colleges, this is all moot court competition. This is building the confidence of the students. That really helps in. We miss that. We miss that opportunity. Now you got lot many opportunities, and you enter in the profession with confidence, which we lacked. We lack that confidence in entering the court, appearing before the judges. Fortunately, the students nowadays are really confidently enter into the profession. And then, of course, everything you have to maintain the behavior inside the court, outside the court. How do you talk? Everything matters. Everything matters, and everything is looked upon by the people in the surrounding areas. Your inside behavior, the judges also look into that. Your behavior inside the court as well as outside the court. You must know the judge's mind, psychology of a judge. When you are going to argue the matter, you should first of all sit in the courtroom, find out what is the trend of asking questions. Even now, when I go before the Supreme Court and argue the matter, I would go and sit in the courtroom. How does the mind of the judge is working? What kind of questions he is asking? What is his psychology? What he doesn't like? You should not advance an argument which the judge won't like. But then, and you should know what is not to be argued rather than what is to be argued, because judge normally knows everything, and he will pinpoint only the points which are against you. So when you are going in the court trying to prepare yourself, see that the judges are going to ask you the questions which are against you. So if you prepare that, you prepare the case. The positive points in favor, judges know it. Everyone knows it, maybe knowing, but there is some other points, innovative arguments are there. That's good. That's good. But then normally in normal course, 80% of cases, these are usual cases which don't require much point of law. Even in the High Court, out of 100 cases, 85% are cases decided on facts. Hardly any questions of law are involved in it. So questions of novel argument, innovative argument.
Sir, and apart from that, have you witnessed a downfall of professional ethics in the new people, new lawyers who are coming?
Downfall in the profession.
Professional ethics.
Sorry?
Professional ethics.
Professional ethics.
Yes.
First of all, nowadays the people are overconfident, and then lack preparations, and then suddenly you meet something which you don't even imagine. So that affects ultimately the client. Then you should maintain respect for the court. If the lawyer don't maintain respect for the court, then the image of the court goes down. Within your family, someone is criticizing you about something, or without any investigation, then that is the reason for the downfall of the judiciary. So talking in corridors About the judges, see, there are different kinds of judges. Someone have a lack of knowledge, maybe different kinds of behavior also in the court. But it's a matter with which you should go ahead. That's no reason that you should criticize in some cheap manner to the judges or even the opponent lawyers. So that is creating a downfall in the judiciary. So you should be proud of your profession. You should respect your profession. Respect has to be there for your profession. वकिलीला शिव्या देणं किंवा हे वकिली अशीच आहे तशी आहे, तुम्ही स्वतःच्या पायावर स्वतःची कुऱ्हाड मारून घेता, ज्याच्यावर तुमचं लाईव्हलीहूड आहे, ते त्याला तुम्ही शिव्या द्याल, पक्षकारांना शिव्या द्याल, असं आहे. तर बी रिस्पॉन्सिव्ह टू द क्लायंट. Be responsive to the client. How does the client know that what is happening in the court? He just start guessing. The court तो ऐसा ही है, ऐसा सवाल पूछा है, वैसा सवाल पूछा. The judges are bound to ask you the questions which are against you. Does this mean that they are against you? They wanted to extract the arguments from you, putting the questions so that you answer it exactly. Well studied answer should be there. So otherwise, if these things are lacking, then the downfall of then media also goes without investigation of the matters. The questions are being asked without understanding the impact of the judgment, without understanding the questions of law decided by the court, without understanding everyone feels that I understand the judgment. Everyone feels that I understand the judgment. But then such misconceptions are there. And then defaming the judiciary, personally judges.
Ma'am, and what message do you have for the women, especially the female students or the women who would like to pursue defense as their career? Or any special message that you want to give to students in general and women in particular?
I would like to advise that work hard. Whatever field you have chosen, just work hard. Give your 100%. Because for success there is no shortcut. मैं इसलिए बोल सकती हूँ क्योंकि मैंने वो किया है. किसी का कोई shortcut नहीं होता है. You have to have that courage and you have to give your 100%. If you want to do something like in judiciary और जो आपका जो profession है, उसमें भी जैसे अभी सर ने बहुत सुंदरता से आपको बताया है कि आपको as a law student आपको क्या चीज़ों का ध्यान रखना है, आपको कैसे अपने आप को prepare करके जाना है. Same things applied on each and every field. सब जगह वही होता है. I am an engineering graduate and because when you study from book ना वो आपको knowledge नहीं होता है. When you will go on ground तब मुझे पता चलेगा कि अच्छा exactly foundation कैसा बन रहा है, ब्रिज कैसे बन रहे हैं, वो मैं पहली बार देख रही हूँ. तो you have to you can say कि apply that knowledge जो आपने कभी book में पढ़ा है वो आपको वहाँ पे apply करना होता है. And just I already explained that if you are really having the courage or you are really willing to join the defense forces, please join. Because I am 100% sure if women decide to do something, she can do. And I don't have any doubt about it. And frankly speaking, I was very average student in my educational days. जो मेरे academic में बहुत average थी. I was backbencher. किसी को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता था, कॉलेज में है नहीं है, आ रहे थे जा रहे थे. तो that was my story. So if I can do in such a worst condition, आप क्यों नहीं कर सकते? ये शायद मैं पहले नहीं बोल पाती, but जब जो चीज़ से मैं ऊपर आई हूँ, जो इसमें मैं रह के आई हूँ, मैंने जैसे बोला कि I used to sit on a floor, अपनी खुद की चटाई बिछाओ, ये करो, फिर उठ के चले जाओ and slate पे लिखो. तो that was that type of schooling I had done. And it's a Nagar Parishad school, Marathi medium school. बट जब मैं इस स्टेज पे आ सकती हूँ तो एनीवन कैन कम. तो प्लीज़ डोंट अंडर एस्टिमेट योर सेल्फ. चाहे मेल फीमेल जो भी स्टूडेंट है, मैं सबके लिए बोल रही हूँ. एंड फॉर वुमेन, इफ़ देर इज़ एनीथिंग हैपन इन योर लाइफ जो आपको बाद में कवर करना है, या तो कभी घबराना नहीं है. देर इज़ ऑलवेज अ वे. एक अगर आपका वे बंद हो गया, दूसरा होता है. तो यू हैव टू कीप योर माइंड with positive, we can say the thoughts, and हमेशा पॉजिटिव सोचिए, हो जाता है. लाइफ इज़ नॉट दैट मच डिफ़िकल्ट जो हम सोचते हैं, मुझे लगता है. एंड इवन एट दिस स्टेज आई रियलाइज कि हम सोचते बहुत ज़्यादा है. एंड मतलब जो होने वाला नहीं है वो भी मैं सोच के वो हैपन हो जाता है मेरे फ्यूचर में. तो वो नहीं करना चाहिए. मुझे भी, एंड आई एम ऑल्सो स्टूडेंट, मतलब इस स्टेज में मैं भी स्टूडेंट ही हूँ. एंड यू हैव टू डू एक्सपेरिमेंट ऑन योर सेल्फ टू कीप योर माइंड पॉजिटिव विथ, एंड नो वन विल कम. मैं पहले ही क्लियर करती हूँ, नो वन विल हेल्प यू. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, that's all. After that, it's your battle and you have to fight it with your mental strength. And you have to do experiment on yourself. अपने आप से बात करो, अपने आप में अपने आप पे एक्सपेरिमेंट करो कि मैं कैसे अपना. देखिए, बिकॉज एज अ whenever you are getting selected in UPSC, IAS officer, I am from IAS officer, I am from IAS field. तो जब आप सिलेक्ट होते हो ना, तो आपके साथ में वो गिफ्ट आता है स्ट्रेस का. वो गिफ्ट आपको अपने आप ही मिल जाएगा कि दिस इज़ योर गिफ्ट. तो आप बैठे तो हॉट सीट, इट्स लाइक यू आर सिटिंग ऑन अ हॉट सीट. तो हॉट सीट में बैठ के भी यू हैव टू स्माइल. आपको स्माइल भी करनी है, सबको मैनेज भी करना है. बट हॉट सीट पे आपकी हालत क्या है ये आप ही जानती हो. एंड बीइंग अ वुमन, अदर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज आर ऑलवेज देयर. यू कैन नॉट रन अवे फ्रॉम दैट. वो तो है ही, आप कहीं पे भी जाइए. सो दैट इज़ देयर. सो आई विल से कि जस्ट कीप योर माइंड विथ पॉजिटिव थाट्स. नेवर एवर गिव अप. बाकी सब आप अपना कीजिए. दैट अलमाइटी इज ऑलवेज विथ यू. वो आपको सपोर्ट करेगा. एंड दिस इज माई एक्सपीरियंस. मैं मतलब कहीं से पढ़ के नहीं बता रही हूँ. तो दिस इज देयर. सो दैट्स ऑल.
याच्यावर मला एक गीतेतला श्लोक आठवला. कर्मण्ये वाधिकारस्य मा फलेषु कदाचन. कर्म करत राहावं, फळाची अपेक्षा न करता. फळं आपल्या हातात नाही आहे, पण ते आपोआप मिळतील. कर्म जर केलं आपण, तर कर्म केलं तर आपोआप फळं मिळतील. फळाची अपेक्षा ठेवणार. माझे वडीलही सांगायचे मला, मी जेव्हा याच्यात आलो, की ग्रॅब दी अपॉर्च्युनिटीज. ग्रॅब दी अपॉर्च्युनिटीज. डोंट गो बिहाइंड मनी. Try to conduct as much as possible the matters before the court, and then exhibit your knowledge so that the people in the courtroom also knows it. So go on doing job without any expectation that you will get something in consideration of that. It will automatically follow. पैसे हे ओघाओघानी येतच राहतात. तुमची प्रॅक्टिस जशी वाढते, पण यू मस्ट ग्रॅब दी अपॉर्च्युनिटीज. फळाची अपेक्षा न करता आपण करत राहावं, फळ आपोआप येतं.
We are having such an engaging discussion that we've almost lost the count of time. Students in the audience, would you like to ask any questions to the honorable panelists? Yes, Sujata ma'am. Can we please pass one mic to Sujata ma'am?
Good afternoon, everyone. And ma'am, your journey has been really inspiring. And
Thank you,
there are no words. As a mother, I can actually relate to you, everything that you've said as a young mother, what you
Thank
must
you,
have
ma'am.
gone through. I have 2 questions for you. And your lordship, I have 1 question for you, if that's okay, if it's not too much. Ma'am, as a mother, I have related what hardships and what difficulties and what challenges you have faced. And how would you recommend this field for not only women, for young ladies and for young children and for everybody? How would you recommend this in the future? And the second question is, while you're sitting here, what is happening back? Can you tell us your day? Can you tell us your one day? What is it that you do from morning to evening, just to understand how you have blended and molded yourself, and you're still sitting here so nonchalantly as if everything is running clockwork there. What have you achieved that everything is running clockwork and you're still sitting here smiling? And I want to know what your day is.
That's what I wanted to point out. Ma'am is telling everything with such a calm and poise, as
Yes.
if we are hearing like a
Yes.
story.
And
Ma'am,
I have
yes.
goosebumps while I'm listening to you. And I'm thinking, what is happening behind this lady, this iron lady? And she's sitting here so calmly and so beautifully and smiling and telling us her entire life. And Your Lordship, I just want to ask, how important is it for a young student, a young law graduate, to have a good chamber, a good mentor, and a good leader or a senior? How important is it? How important is it for a fresh law graduate
Yes.
to have a good mentor, a chamber, a senior? What is the role that they play, and
Yes.
how important is it? So I just want to know that question from you.
You should feel yourself fortunate if you get a good office.
Yes.
To associate with the senior is really beneficial. You learn lot many things from it. But then if you sit in the courtrooms also, hear the arguments, you learn lot many things. That is what I told you, the legacy of the bar. Legacy of the bar. And then the court decorum, court quorum, your behavior inside the outside court, this all you learn in the office. So you should thank yourself if you get a good office of having a good repute. About the office, the bar as well as the judges are carrying a good impression. So that benefits you.
Thank you, Your Lordship.
That's essential to have to join any office.
So a
To get
guru,
advice from the senior.
a guru is very important. How a
Yes.
guru is, that's how a student is. Ma'am, over to you. We want to know, I want to know your day. I want to know what is happening behind you, that you're sitting here smiling so beautifully, and yet we don't know what is going on. Please let us know.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, first of all, like I already explained a short story of mine, that I was having a responsibility of 6-month-old child. So definitely when I left for, I came to Nagpur, I left my native place. So that responsibility I have given to my parents, and definitely they were supportive for me. And because of that only, I was able to concentrate on this field, because it is not so easy to keep your 6-month-old child away from you, so you can understand. And yes, definitely, in this battle, I sacrificed some incidences, you can say, कि जो आपके बच्चे होते हैं वो बड़े हो रहे हैं, and so till fourth standard he was with my mother only, and then I got selected, and then I take him with me. Sometimes I feel bad that I could not give that attention to my son. उसका स्कूलिंग है, हाँ, I was there for ये जो मैंने कहा ना कि आप कितना भी ऊपर चले जाओ, बच्चों का टिफ़िन बनाना और उसको स्कूल में भेजना, ये कभी आपसे जो आपकी जिम्मेदारी कभी कम नहीं होगी. You have to be there. 1 घंटा उठने में लगेंगे, फिर उनको धकेल के निकालना है, उनको उसमें डालना है, तो that I have done. But the first जो उसका बचपन था वो शायद मैं उतना नहीं देख पाई, तो मुझे हमेशा उसका एक दुख होता है. I have that guilt in my mind. But still it was required for me that I have to lead the front of my life so that I can give my child a better future. And I had done that. And after that, like ma'am is asking me that how you are able to sit here with a smiling face and all. कोई दूसरा चारा है? Why should we like having face कि बस हम रो रहे क्यों? क्यों? Yeah, it is a life. Okay, the life was having their own planning थी उसकी, उसने कर लिया. Now it's my turn to deal with that planning. So I have done that only. And why will I means carry a means रोंदू सी सूरत लेके चलो, ये ठीक है यार, होता है ना? We have to deal with it. Whatever is there. रोके भी ऐसा तो होगा नहीं कि सडनली सम स्ट्रेंज इज देयर और कुछ बहुत ही डिफिकल्ट ये हो गया चेंज हो गया, नथिंग इज देयर, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. लाइफ इज़ वेरी क्रूएल, लेट मी टेल यू, बहुत क्रूएल है, जिंदगी इज़ नॉट सो ईजी. सो लाइफ इज़ हैविंग इट्स ओन प्लान, आई एम हैविंग माई ओन प्लान टू डील विद दैट. तो वाई आई विल जस्ट कि रोते रहो यार ऐसा हो गया ख़त्म हो गया, जस्ट आगे बढ़ो. Nothing like that, हो गया मेरे तरफ से अपना है. तो you have to keep yourself smile, and what I said, you have to experiment on yourself only. No one will come to help you. एक दिन होगा, 2 दिन होगा, तीसरे दिन सब अपने काम में लग जाएंगे. ये तो आप मुझसे लिखवा के ले लीजिए. So you have to deal with your problem with yourself. Experiment कीजिए, अपने आप से बात कीजिए, and find your own way to relieve the stress, to overcome all this situation. Find your own way, because we are human being. Everyone is not similar. आप किसी और इससे सोचते हो, मैं किसी और इससे सोचती हूँ, बट डेफिनेटली मुझे क्या देखना है, आई हैव टू सी द रिजल्ट. जब मैं ये कर रही हूँ तो अभी भी इवन एट दिस स्टेज ऑल्सो आई हैव टू हैंडल ट्रिमेंडस प्रेशर ऑफ वर्क, एंड ऑल्सो द सबॉर्डिनेट्स जो मेरे अंडर 200-300 लोग काम कर रहे हैं, मुझे उनको भी लुक आफ्टर करना है, मुझे अपने हायर हेडक्वार्टर को भी जवाब देना है. मुझे अभी जो मैं यहाँ पे बैठी हूँ, मैं स्माइल कर रही हूँ, बट मुझे पता है कि 31 मार्च जो फाइनेंशियल एंडिंग है, वहाँ पे मुझे अपने जो टारगेट है वो कंप्लीट करने हैं. तो ये सब है माइंड में, बट स्टिल, एंड आई थिंक जस्ट डोंट गो थ्रू योर लाइफ. अपना कुछ अलग भी टाइम निकालिए एंड फॉलो योर हॉबीज़, चाहे वो कुछ भी हो. खाना बनाना हो, खाना बनाइए, नॉट एन इशू. गाना है, गाना गाइए. किसी को अपना स्टिचिंग करना अच्छा लगे, बट अपने लिए कुछ तो टाइम निकालिए. इट इज़ रिक्वायर्ड, स्पेशली फॉर वुमन. वी आर टोटली मीन्स व्हाट कैन वी से कि एंगेज, बिकॉज वी हैव टू प्ले डिफरेंट रोल्स इन आवर फैमिली एज अ मदर, डॉटर, सिस्टर, वाइफ, एंड एवरीवन हैज़ देयर ओन एक्सपेक्टेशन फ्रॉम यू. एंड इसमें क्या होता है, हम अपने आप को भूल जाते हैं. तो डोंट डू दैट. एटलीस्ट 15 मिनट्स ऑफ योर डे प्लीज़ अपने लिए निकालिए. आपको शॉपिंग अच्छी लगती है, साड़ियाँ खरीदने अच्छे लगते हैं, खरीदिए. डोंट थिंक मच. दैट इज़ व्हाट आई डू. ये वुमन वाला ये फैक्टर नहीं जाएगा. मैं कहीं पे भी जाके जॉब करूँ, वो वुमन वाला फैक्टर, आई एम प्राउड ऑफ दैट. आई एम अ वुमन, वो तो रहेगा. तो वो भी आप कीजिए, जो भी आपके ये है आप उसको फॉलो कीजिए, एंड लाइफ आएगा, इंसिडेंट्स आएंगे जाएंगे, जस्ट डोंट गिव अप. बस इतना जो मेरा एक्सपीरियंस, शायद मेरा सर के जितना एक्सपीरियंस मेरा नहीं है, बट वॉट एवर एक्सपीरियंस आई हैड, सो आई वुड लाइक टू कन्वे दिस फैक्ट टू यू अबाउट लाइफ.
Wow,
Thank
ma'am,
you.
so much to learn from you. I wish I had 1% of your voice. How crazy I was going before the start of this event. A huge round of applause for वैशाली हिवसे मैडम. मैडम जैसे लोग हैं, इसीलिए हम लोग यहाँ पे हैं, and we had absolutely no idea about the magnanimous
Thank you.
task
Thank
you're
you, ma'am.
doing every day. So,
मला एक गोष्ट सांगावीशी वाटते की महाभारतामध्ये श्रीकृष्णांनी सांगितलं होतं, केशवानी, मला असं वाटतं भीष्मांना ज्यावेळेला युद्ध सुरू होतं अर्जुनाशी, त्यावेळेला सांगितलं होतं की स्त्री ही सन्मानाची हे आहे, पात्र आहे, सन्मानाची पात्र आहे, असं त्यांनी सांगितलं होतं. तर स्त्रीपेक्षा मोठं काम कोणाचं जगात असू शकतं, जी एका मुलीला कोणाला जन्म देते, हे काम दुसरं कोणीच करू शकत नाही. त्याच्यामुळे सन्मानाची
thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. It's indeed an honor for me to be even.
एक अजून सल्ला मला द्यावा असं वाटतो आता, की म्हणजे वकिलांच्या बाबतीत बोलतो आहे मी, की आजकाल फायनल हिअरिंग मॅटर्स होत नाहीत कोर्टात, आणि फायनल हिअरिंग मॅटर्स होणं आणि ते कंडक्ट करणं हे सगळ्यात महत्त्वाचं गोष्ट आहे, म्हणजे जजेसच्या दृष्टीने ॲज वेल ॲज लॉयर्सच्या दृष्टीने. कारण याच्यातनंच आपण कायदा शिकतो. वी लर्न दी लॉ व्हाईल कंडक्टिंग फायनल हिअरिंग ऑफ द मॅटर. कशा तऱ्हेची हाऊ दी मॅटर इज रिक्वायर्ड टू बी प्रेझेंटेड बिफोर दी कोर्ट. you must have your notes of arguments. I have experienced that nowadays the students are not taking any notes. I have been asking the students, where are your notes? Where are your list of dates? These were the traditional practices. To maintain the list of dates, I have seen senior advocate Mr. V.R. Manohar, my father, all they were used to have their registers with them. They used to open their registers and then go point wise. So this is all lacking because there is no, nowadays it's very hard to reach the final hearing matters. But then this is a great loss to learn lot many things. We learn everything from the final hearing of the matters. So as far as possible, try to conduct final hearing of the matters wherever you get the opportunity. So you get the disputed questions of law and fact easily resolved.
I request more, sir, to kindly give concluding remarks, though we do not like to conclude, but
There are students who are also having few more questions. But before we go to the students, I wanted to share something about Honorable Justice. Because we are talking about the daring operations and the work of Madam Vaishali. But dear students, I would like to share with you something about Honorable Justice, that when he was adorning the bench, the advocates were afraid of sometime appearing before Honorable Justice. He was such a daring judge. The first speciality of him that he always believes in complete justice. I'll share with you one experience. One of my brother is practicing in Nagpur, elder brother. He was there in the High Court and matter listed before Honorable Justice. Matter was regarding execution, decree for taking possession of a shop by the landlord. See, केस क्या है कि 10, 15, 20 साल केस चला, लैंडलॉर्ड केस जीत गया, अब उसको अपने शॉप का पोजीशन चाहिए टेनेंट से. मैटर वेंट टू द अपील, अगेन उसमें सालों लग रहे हैं. Just to make that execution matter time bound, कि ऑनरेबल लॉर्डशिप विल डायरेक्ट द सबऑर्डिनेट कोर्ट कि ये एग्जीक्यूशन का प्रोसीडिंग जल्दी ख़त्म कर दे विद इन 6 मंथ. इतना सा प्रेयर. समझ रहे हैं आप बात को? सीक्वेंस कैसा है कि आपके पास डिक्री आ गई है, अब आपको शॉप अपना वापस मिलने वाला है टेनेंट से, लेकिन एग्जीक्यूशन नहीं हो रहा है. तो लॉयर जाता है हाई कोर्ट में कि आप कृपया इधर डायरेक्शन दे दीजिए कि हमारा ये केस कम से कम 6 महीने में अब इन्फीरियर कोर्ट डिसाइड कर दे, ऑलरेडी लॉन्ग टाइम हैज़ ऑल लैप्स्ड. और लॉर्डशिप ने क्या करना, तो नीचे के कोर्ट में क्यों डायरेक्शन दूँ, आई विल डू द जस्टिस हियर ओनली, आर्ग्यू द मैटर, क्यों पोजीशन नहीं दिया जाए. इन द सेम जजमेंट वहीं के वहीं उन्होंने कहा कि विद इन 3 days hand over the peaceful vacant possession of the shop to the landlord. Complete justice. Why to waste the time? If matters are regarding public interest litigation, sometimes they are turned into the private publicity litigations. और ऐसे अगर litigation सर के पास list हो गए तो he will impose the penalty of 5,000, 50,000, 1 lakh rupees. So that was the daring. See, justice is to be done with open arms. इसलिए सर ने भले ही कहा हो हमको कि some of the matters got reversed, some upheld in the Supreme Court. और उसके कुछ points भी बताए कि those judgments which he reversed, the same judge become the Supreme Court Lordship. But because he was believing in the complete justice, कि जो भी करना है complete न्याय करो. लिंजरिंग, अब सर ने लास्ट में कहा कि फाइनल हियरिंग होती ही नहीं है कोर्ट में. मैटर इज देयर इन सेकंड अपील फॉर फाइनल हियरिंग फॉर लास्ट 10 years, 15 years. बोर्ड में आ गया है कि चलो अब फाइनल हियरिंग होगा, वो बोर्ड ही चल रहा है 6-6 महीने, साल भर, फाइनल हियरिंग नहीं हो रहा है. तो सर जब बेंच पर थे फाइनल हियरिंग हो या फिर जो भी रीड्स हो, सर के सामने लिस्ट हुई तो वन थिंग वॉज श्योर कि अब इसमें कुछ ना कुछ फाइनल होने वाला है, दिस वे और दैट वे. सो दैट वॉज रियली अमेजिंग विच आई एक्सपीरियंस अबाउट द सर एंड आई वॉन्टेड टू शेयर एंड थैंक्स यू फॉर द सेम.
I would like to tell you one more instance. Initially, when I came here, probably maybe 2010, I was initially at Aurangabad. 2010, 11 I came here. Then sometime in 13 or 14, probably I was conducting single judges matters. And then in one of the functions, now he is a senior advocate in the High Court, he told me that Ravi, तुझी कोर्टामध्ये खूप चिडचिड होऊन राहिलेली आहे आणि ज्युनियर लोक तुला तुझ्यासमोर अपियर व्हायला घाबरत आहेत. तर हे दॅट स्ट्रक टू माय माइंड आणि त्या दिवसापासून देन आय डिसाइडेड की कधीही मी कोर्टामध्ये चिडचिड करणार नाही आणि असं बिहेवियर माझं राहणार नाही की कुठल्याही ज्युनियरला कोर्टामध्ये अपियर व्हायला भीती वाटेल. तर हे तुमच्या नजरेला आणणं आणि टू टेक धिस इन अ प्रॉपर स्पिरिट इज मोर इम्पॉर्टंट. तर ह्या अशा गोष्टी होतात, आपल्याला कळत न कळत आपल्या हातून काही चुका होत असतात. बट देन आय मेटिक्युलसली फॉलोड इट की बुवा आपल्याकडे कोणालाही ज्युनियरला त्रास नको व्हायला, कोणी आपल्याबरोबर की मला, कारण दी ओनली राईट ऑफ द लॉयर विच हॅज गॉट is to have patient hearing and to communicate his argument to the judges. If the judges have understood the argument, then that's the end of the matter. Then, but the lawyer should not have fear in the mind while arguing the matters. Therefore, I used to permit the lawyers to argue the matter even while I was dictating the judgment, even while dictating the last word of the judgment. I used to tell him, all right, you can go ahead with, I'll stop the judgment, delivery of the order. And then I used to listen because I faced that problem. I really faced that problem. While dictating the judgment, the judges used to take up the points which were in their mind but which were not disclosed. There were, I could not clarify those points and the judgment went against me. So I experienced that as a lawyer. So I used to permit the lawyers, used to tell the lawyers, go on arguing even if I am dictating the judgment. It might happen that I am under the wrong impression, factual impression. Correct me, I will correct it immediately. So that is how I started learning from the members of the bar. And then one instance which principal has pointed out, probably that was against that the landlord-tenant matter was pending, and probably the tenant was a lawyer, I think. Lady lawyer. She was a lady lawyer and she was not vacating the premises. So the notices were not being served. She used to avoid the service of notices and all those tactics to prolong the matters. Against an interim order, some interlocutory order, the matter came before me. So this was going on for 3-4 years and the evidence was not being conducted. Then I issued notice. There was no response to that notice also. Then I passed a speaking order, passing a decree for possession by an interim order, making it subject to result of the suit. If the suit is dismissed, the property will be restored within a period of 3 days. But within a period of 3 days from here, you should deliver the possession to the landlord. And that is how, and I told them that I will grant you a time to challenge this order in the Supreme Court. And that was also granted. You test this order in Supreme Court that the court is passing a decree, final decree of possession by an interim relief. So this is something extraordinary which I am doing. Go to the Supreme Court, get it tested, and then come here. So that was dismissed, case was dismissed, and ultimately the landlord got the possession, and then I don't know what had happened to that man. I kept it with me and then saw that the possession is delivered.
Any more questions from the audience? Yes, yes. Can we please, yes, yes, yes.
Thank you. First of all, very warm good morning to all the dignitaries present today. My question is yet very interesting as we have very excellent teachers in the faculty teaching us. And I am a student of first year, 3 years LLB program. And I had a question on the NJEC Act, which is yet now been mentioned in the Article 124. But after passing of the decision by the Supreme Court in the Supreme Court Association of AOR versus Union of India, and they gave birth to the collegium system, don't you think this amounts to judicial legislation? And I would like to hear your views on the ongoing debate on the collegium and NJAC, the whole system which is going on, which should prevail against the two systems. Thank you.
No system is flawless. No system is flawless. No one can claim that our system is flawless. But then when the collegium system is there devised already, so the collegium system should have, the members of the collegium system should have introspection as to how the system can be improved. So there have been, it's not that the executive has no role to play in the matters of appointment, even in collegium system. So there has been criticism recently now. The judges are transferred at the instance of the executive and all that. But then I don't find any propriety in handing over the system of collegium, the appointment, because they are the best persons to know to whom elevation is to be made to the High Court and the Supreme Court. But then ultimately it's a human, and all are human beings, and certain influences are there, no doubt about that, influences about the particular persons. You get every feedback, IB inquiry is there, everything is there. So you should pay proper attention to that. And you have the, in the Supreme Court, the judges from the various states, they know the lawyers. So on merits, if it is done, certain system is devised, then that should be enough, I think. The system has to be modified proper way. In what way, what is done, the other judges of the collegium are also, you must be knowing that in the social media, the comments are made. But then this all should be avoided and the system should be streamlined.
Sir,
I am not in favor of the doing away with the collegium system.
Sir,
Independence of the judiciary has to be maintained.
Yes,
The
correct.
flaws are already there, they are always there in any system.
Sir, one more thing, that the Article 124, which is still existing in the Constitution, and the Supreme Article 124, which
Appointments.
which gives provision for the appointment of the judges, and the collegium system, the both different systems, is it not creating a power struggle between the legislation and the judiciary? And another thing, that the new appointments which are going on, what are your views on transparency and accountability by the collegium?
Your Lordship has already answered your
Yes.
question. The collegium system was developed through the judgments, series of judgments by the constitutional benches of the Supreme Court. And therefore, I think we have got the answer to the
Answer.
question.
Yes. So,
I
so
think.
can we have one more question?
Okay,
The
okay, no
lady
issue.
at the back,
It's your
she's
show.
also- Yes. Yes, yes.
Hello, very good morning to Honorable Justice R.K. Deshpande sir and Ms. Vaishali ma'am. I am Shruti Srivastav and I have a question for R.K. Deshpande sir. Sir, as a law student, as a young law student, as we know in our judicial system, we need new young mind people, new young youth in our justice system to take over, like to appointed as a judge. As in my generation, like people do not like restrictions, they like freedom, they like to explore the world. And as we have seen, in judiciary, judges have very too many restrictions. They do not get even time for themselves, their families. So, sir, do you think people of our generation can adjust in the judiciary? And how can they?
See, it depends ultimately upon the individual. There should be freedom, there is a freedom, independence of judiciary, it is applicable to the lower judiciary also. But then many times it happens the lower judiciary is afraid of the High Court judges, Supreme Court judges. But then there is obviously, and it's natural and you can't run away from that they work under pressure. Pressure of the High Court or Supreme Court ki, if I deliver judgment in this fashion, what would happen? Someone would criticize, and the fear is for this reason that they are removable from the post. This fear is not in the judges of the High Court. But then many times the judges coming from lower judiciary still maintain that, even if they come in the High Court. But then the pressure of work is there, and I was a guardian judge at 2-3 more places. I used to tell the lower judiciary judges during the course of interaction, then the mediation and all that workshops, that anyone can contact me at any point of time without any appointment. You can send me a WhatsApp message. I'll give the appointment directly, come in the chamber and tell your problems. I'll try to solve it as early as possible. You need not, they have their own restrictions, I don't know why that. But then they have to contact, if the JMFC is there, he has to contact the principal district judge. He will afraid of he will make any questions. Why do you want contact his lordship? And then he will take appointments from PA, or he will talk to the registrar of the High Court. You should be accessible to everyone. You should be accessible to every person in the judicial system, particularly lower judges. They will be tomorrow elevated as a High Court judges. So therefore, there should be respect for every judge. Respect should be maintained. So there should not be any fear in their mind. So every judge of the High Court should be approachable to the members of the judiciary to resolve their problems, to tell their difficulties, explain their difficulties. So how they will get guidance? A new entrant, spending at least even not an year, facing some problem, how he does come over this, unless he consults someone with whom he has confidence. So access to the judiciary, higher members of the judiciary is must to the members of the lower judiciary.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, sir. I have personally
एक होतं, we were just sitting together in a meeting. आता मी सांगतो, बोलतो मी थोडा ओपनलीच बोलतो, काही असा प्रश्न नाही. तर प्रपोजल होतं की बुवा इथे ॲडमिनिस्ट्रेशनसाठी कोणाला आणायचं, कोण रजिस्ट्रार, काय आहे काय नाही. तर चालले होते काही डिस्कशन, नावं सुरू होते काही. आय वॉज मला असं वाटतं 2 किंवा 3ऱ्या नंबरवर असेल मी इन दी हायकोर्ट नागपूरला. तर वी आर जस्ट डिस्कसिंग कोणाला बोलवायचं इथे रजिस्ट्रार म्हणून काय नाही. तर 2-4 असे नावं झाले. तर मी थांबलो, मी काही बोललो नाही. एक नाव समोर आलं तर सगळ्यांचं नाही बुवा हा माणूस आपल्याला डिस्ट्रिक्ट जज आहे आणि हा चांगला आहे, रेप्युटेशन चांगलं आहे याचं, असं सगळ्यांचं मत झालं. तर मग ॲडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव्ह जज इथे होते त्यावेळेला, तर ते गवाई साहेब होते. तर ते म्हणाले ठीक आहे म्हणे याला आपण आणू. मी देन आय गॉट अप, म्हटलं याला तुम्ही आणू नका. म्हणे का नाही आणायचं? म्हटलं हा माझा आते भाऊ आहे आणि याचं ज्युडिशियल करिअर चांगलं आहे आणि आता तुम्ही हायकोर्टात याला रजिस्ट्रार म्हणून आणाल तर ह्या तुमच्या सगळ्या जजेसची याला हाजी करावे लागेल आणि कुठे याची जर काही चूक झाली ॲडमिनिस्ट्रेशनमध्ये तर ती त्याला लाँग टर्ममध्ये भोगावी लागेल. म्हटलं त्याच्यामुळे त्याला तुम्ही काही इथे आणू नका. हा माझा स्वतःचा इंटरेस्ट आहे की बुवा त्याला इथे ज्युडिशियल वर्क करतो आहे, त्याला करू द्या. तर नाही ही वॉज फर्म ऑन हिज डिसिजन. नाही हे याला सगळ्यांचं मत झालेलं आहे म्हणे आणि त्यांना आणायचंच आहे. तुला जर असं काही वाटू नको देऊ म्हणे, आय विल सी दॅट ही गोज सेफली आउट ऑफ द सिस्टीम आफ्टर हिज टेन्युअर. तर अशा काही घटना होत असतात. फार लोअर ज्युडिशियल दे आर व्हेरी स्केअर्ड ऑफ दी जजेस. अशा होतात, घटना असतात इन हाऊस.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. I take this opportunity to thank Honorable R.K. Deshpande, sir, Hifse Madam and Mahamuni, sir. Thank you for being so kind and considerate. Thank you for being so approachable, ma'am. On this note, I request the student coordinator of the event, Soham Paturkar, to propose vote of thanks. Thank you, all of you.
Good morning, respected dignitaries on and off the days, teachers, delegates, and my dear friends. Events like this Youth Conclave reminds us that learning goes beyond classrooms. The amazing experiences and insights shared today will stay with us forever. On behalf of the organizing committee and the team of Youth Conclave, it's my privilege to propose the formal vote of thanks. I assure you, I will keep it on point because I understand that after such an enriching session, even gratitude should be delivered with discipline. First and foremost, my heartfelt gratitude to our distinguished panelists. Your words today were so powerful and encouraging to all of us. With profound gratitude, I would express my thanks to Honorable Shri Justice R.K. Deshpande sir for sharing such profound insights of legal profession with us. Your journey and experiences serves as guiding light for students, reminding us the responsibilities of the legal profession that demands. I would also like to express our sincere thanks to our dynamic and energetic youth icon Shri Vinayak Mahamuni sir, who is dedicated to the public services, and his ideas have not only inspired us today but have also reminded us that the true leadership lies in the commitment to the society. A very special note of gratitude to respected Vaishali Hifse madam. You are a real hero for all of us, ma'am. Your service to the nation is the most challenging environment is a testament to courage, resilience, and silent dedication, and we are truly honored to have your presence, ma'am. I extend my heartfelt thanks to our respected director, Dr. Ravi Shankar Moore, sir, for trusting us throughout the event, for always believing in us and for always having our back. My special thanks to Dr. Pravina Khobragade madam and Dr. Adhara Deshpande ma'am for their timely guidance and support. A special thanks to our moderator and coordinator of the event, Dr. Chinmay Nimkhedkar madam, for seamlessly guiding the session with such grace and precision. A special thanks to madam for supporting, guiding and encouraging us throughout with her positive mindset. The beautiful conduct of today was possible only because of your guidance, ma'am. I sincerely thank Shri Ankit Shripatwar sir, Rutuja Belave madam and Mrinal Hifse madam for always there supporting us. I must also thank the social media committee for beautifully promoting the event and making a nice coverage for today's event. Thank you all the participants, students and wonderful audience for your active participation. A big thanks to the organizing committee, volunteers who were the silent force behind this event today. I would also acknowledge the efforts of the technical and the support staff for ensuring the seamless execution of today's program. Thank you once again for making the Nagpur Dialogue Chapter 3 a great success. Thank you so much.
And I thank the student coordinator, Soham Paturkar, who probably deserves an honorary degree in crisis management. Thank you for being our back-end server while we all were enjoying the show. He made sure that nothing else crashed. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone. Thank you, dignitary.
Sir, national. I would request everyone to rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्ज्वल जलधि तरंग तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे